the See Jane Go TV podcast. It's Jane.
And it's JV.
And welcome back to the podcast.
Yes, we're back. And I think that I fixed the sound. If you were listening last week, the sound was really messed up, but I think I fixed it. I don't want to go too crazy because I still have to edit this and figure it out, but I think I might have fixed the sound.
Well done. Well done, JV.
Yeah, we got headphones on. We're really professional, but we can't move our heads because then it'll screw it up.
Okay, so I would like to start today.
Okay, hold on. I was going to do something. There's a new
Fine.
segment that we got to do, okay? It's
Is
called...
it the Wee Nerd Alert?
It's not a nerd alert. It's recap the week.
Recap
or something
the
along
week.
those lines. So shows, things we did, and stuff like that. So let's recap the week. What shows we watched, what reactions we did, how the channel's doing.
Like on See Jane Go you're talking about.
Yeah, like CJ and Go, and then our lives, what we did outside of YouTube. So let's recap the week.
All right, give it a go. Start us off.
Okay, so BlizzCon just happened, and so they dropped a bunch of trailers for Diablo 2, Overwatch 2, a new World of Warcraft expansion.
Overwatch 2 had the new Canadian hero.
Yeah, Overwatch from Toronto.
I feel like that was kind of for us. I don't know. I think the Overwatch creators watched our reactions and they felt such a strong connection to us that they just had to make a Canadian hero from Toronto.
Yeah, and a map of Toronto's in the game.
That's
so you can see the CN Tower,
cool.
and it's all futuristic. Looks so awesome. But so we did 5 reactions for those. And if you know Blizzard, like a Diablo 2 announcement, a World of Warcraft, and a Overwatch 2 is huge. So our channel has been going crazy in terms of views and subscribers. It's just been going nuts. And it's really nice to get that big push every once in a while, because it kind of gets like stagnant and your views are kind of just like, nothing's going on. And then all of a sudden, it just goes crazy. So It's really exciting when this happens.
It's like on the music channel, when we finally drop a BTS, like Try Not to Laugh or something, it just goes from 5,000 views in 24 hours to 5,000 views in an hour.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And let's hit him with a BTS. Boom.
Oh, and then you just see all the views come in. Yeah, it's really exciting. And even the prior week to that, League of Legends dropped a bunch of trailers, and we watched so a similar thing happened, but not to the same degree as when BlizzCon happened. So
yeah,
that was really exciting.
Okay, and anything in your life?
Anything in my life? I did talk about I was in the League of Legends trailer last week, right?
Yes.
Okay. What else is happening in my life? I've been going to the gym every day.
And where does Charlotte go when you're at the gym?
Charlotte, well, our gym has has an awesome, massive baby area or kids area. So yeah, you tell them about it.
Okay, so Charlotte, she is a magical little girl. So she somehow just emits love. And it's the most beautiful thing. So I find it hilarious that every time we go to pick her up, even though she's in the bigger girl room now and she's able to walk on her own and play on her own, every time I go to pick her up, somebody's holding her because she's just so snuggly and she loves to be held. And then once you pick her up, if you try to put her down, she'll start crying. But it's these big tears where you actually feel bad. So you don't put her down. And then she just gets cozy and then the adults start talking to each other and she's just happy on somebody's hip. And I just find it so funny. But she does play and she runs around. And I'm not there. I'm at work. So it's just her and JV. And it's so cute. He sort of had a Jane moment recently where they asked if he wanted to allow Charlotte to go into the tumbling room. it's like the gymnastics room, and there's trampolines that are built into the floor and all these different kind of things. And JV didn't feel like she was ready, and he didn't feel like it was safe.
Why is that a Jane
moment? And normally you're like, on Halloween, she was a unicorn with bloody knees because she was just running and falling on her knees, and her knees were bleeding. And you're like, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, my baby, her knees.
No, it's a little different when she's with 20 other kids and they're all like 7 and 8 years old, and she's just like barely 2. It's a little
She's
different.
not barely 2. She's not 2.
She's not 2.
A year and a half.
But okay, so the past week I actually found this YouTube channel that's like really inspired me. I forget the name of it. I'll tell you guys next week, I guess. And it kind of talks about just like wellness and like making yourself better, and like things that are blocking you, and just mental blocks and stuff. So I've been waking up, feeding Charlotte, and then going to the gym like every day. Usually it's like I used to go like 3 times a week usually, but now it's like every day. I've been going this week, and it feels really good. And you know, Charlotte, now she's so used to going that she doesn't need to get held anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the past few times I've gone, like I just stay back and watch her, and she's just like playing, and she's like walking up to other kids, and
good, she's socializing.
Yeah, socializing. And then there's these like boys, probably 3 or 4. They kept building this fort, and then Charlotte would like walk up to the fort, and then the other kids kept knocking it down, but they would build it back up and kind of get mad at the kids knocking it down. But Charlotte would just like watch. She'd go up to the fort, put her hand on it, but not knock it down. So she's like,
oh my gosh.
You know, it was cool seeing her just kind of getting smarter and developing and stuff.
Yeah.
It was cool. And then today when I went, she was in the corner, and there's a bag of styrofoam Legos, and she's throwing them out, just like grabbing them and throwing them. And then the girl there is like, there's Charlotte making a mess. She's like making this huge mess in the corner.
They just know that that's what she's gonna do.
Yeah, it's like just chucking Legos everywhere. It's funny.
That's amazing. Okay, so my week, it has been like nonstop go. So of course, at my day job, I'm a high school teacher. And then after that, it's like I have a whole other life. So like, I do my part. When I'm at school, I'm fully there. I'm fully engaged. I'm 100% a teacher. But when I leave, it's like gangbusters. Like Monday, I was like, okay, I'm going to meet this builder. I'm going to sell some condos. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it was like, I meet the builder. Like we hit it off. We were great. So I'm going to sell some stuff for him. And I felt so good about it. And I have all these floor plans, and I love it. And I just find floor plans so fascinating. And it's like, I don't know. It's so hard when you find your passion in like 3 vastly different things. And I think it's kind of cool and exciting because, you know, I think about some of my friends who haven't found their passion in even one thing. And here I am, like, I'm passionate about YouTube. I'm passionate about teaching. I'm passionate about real estate. It's like, how lucky am I that I found 3 things that I happen to accelerate in, and like I don't want to sound cocky, but I mean, I'm good at 3 things, and some people aren't even sure about 1. So, you know, like lately I've been trying to count my blessings because I've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I've been like stressing about things. And then I kind of tried to turn it around. I'm like, you know, you got to look at it from a different perspective. You have to look at your life through a different lens. Not like, oh my goodness, there's not enough time, I'm not sleeping enough. But instead, look at it as like, man, you have this really amazing family. You have this super cool set of careers. And every day I get to ride in a car that drives me. It's just like for a second, instead of being stressed about stuff, I just have to think like my life is pretty darn cool. And I think that not enough of us take that time to really think about that. Like, do you ever sit there and think, holy crap, I'm so lucky. I'm going to get to see my daughter's entire development. I get to be home. I don't have to fight traffic. I don't have to spend, what do I spend in a car on a day? Like 3 hours?
Yeah.
I don't have to spend 3 hours in a car, regardless of whether it drives me. 3 hours in a car is enough to make you really like nuts. But like you sit back and you think, oh my gosh, I went right somewhere. Like I made some good choices.
Yeah, I think about that every day. I try to remind myself every day of that.
Because sometimes you really need it. Like you absolutely need it.
Yeah, just how lucky you are. Even like I go even further, how lucky I am to be alive. How like the chances of being born.
I know.
And being born. We said this before in a previous podcast. Being born in this country, all that stuff. I try to think about that every day.
I think about it in a little slightly darker way. I think about like, man, I'm so lucky. I have healthy intestines and bowels, and I have a healthy brain. And I'm like, I've been watching Grey's Anatomy at night.
Oh my God.
And it's really affecting my life.
That show, I can't. It's like every episode somebody's dying horribly, and it's so sad. And it's like, I don't know. It's like every episode. It's like death
I can't watch
weird
it
ways.
Yeah, like I can't watch it in blocks. I can't watch an entire episode from start to finish. I watch like maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, and then I turn it to like Fresh Prince or something because I can't. It's too much.
It's so sad. It's like
there's so much sadness.
Some kid will come in and he has like a paper cut on his finger, and then by the end of the episode, the kid dies. You know, like it's like what?
Oh, I have I got my I got lead poisoning from being stabbed by a pencil. Oh, there's a brain tumor.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my, and you get to know the kid, and he's so nice and friendly, and the whole staff loves him, and then by the end of it, he's dead.
Yeah,
it's just like
it was like the kid that was always laughing, and then it turned out he had a horrible brain tumor. I was like,
was that one of the episodes?
Yeah,
that was his.
They're like, oh, he's laughing all the time, even when things aren't funny.
Oh man. And
then she's like, do you mind if I do a neuroscan? And it was like, oh my God, he has a massive brain tumor.
Did he die?
I can't remember. I don't actually, maybe, I don't know if I even finished that episode. Okay, I was like, this is too sad. Next. Yeah. So,
okay. So you said you're passionate about 3 things, and you found your passion. You're super lucky. What would you advise to people that are looking for that?
Okay. That's a good question. I think in order to find your passion, you have to give things a chance. Now, my first year teaching, I had such a terrible experience that I wanted to quit. I didn't like it. And it was like, yes, like I love the job itself. I love the kids. I didn't like different aspects of it. I'll say that. But I knew that I was good, and I knew I was getting through to people, and I knew that I was helping. But it was so hard, and it was so mentally trying. And outside of that, I was going through a breakup with like my first long-term boyfriend, and that was earth-shattering. That was my first true breakup, and like that guy broke my soul. I was so I don't know. It's everyone needs to go through like a really bad breakup at some point in their lives, but it's just like that, and what was happening in teaching, it just like I didn't want to do it. My mom begged me to do 1 more year, and I did it. And it was one of the best years that I experienced, you know, in the early parts of my career. And I'm so grateful that my mom, like, pretty much, like, wouldn't give up and, like, begged me, like, pleaded with me. And I finally agreed. And I'm so grateful for that. So if you don't want to do something because it's hard and it's frustrating, there's things happening in your life, you got to persevere and push through and find strength to just give it a chance, because with a different mindset, it could be something so amazing. And that can be said of so many other things too. Like real estate is really hard. The school sucked. It was terrible. It was so hard to get through that while breastfeeding and being a new mom. It was terrible. I hated it. But I did it. And now I'm so happy and I love it. And it's hard. There's a lot of days that are hard. There's a lot of times where you don't make any money. But I love it.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to keep pushing. And it's the same thing with YouTube. There's so many times where I'm frustrated. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do it. And then I do it. Like I got up at 5:15 this morning. And it's 9:15 p.m. right now. How ironic. And like when we started, right before we started, I was like, I really don't want to do this tonight. But I put it on the calendar. And what I put on the calendar, I do. So that's my new thing. If I put it on the calendar,
do it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So I put it on the calendar and I'm not going to put it off. I'm not going to cross it off and have to look at it for a whole month as a failure. I put it on the calendar. I do it.
Get it done.
Yeah. So I think my long-winded advice is to commit to something and truly give it a chance. Give it a good run. And if it's going bad, persevere and try to look at it through a different lens. And if you still hate it, it's probably not your passion.
Yeah. It's great advice.
Thank you. Are you ready to move on?
I just want to add a little bit to that.
Okay.
Hey, come on. Okay, so if you're there's kind of two sides to this. If you're comfortable with what you're doing in life and you're good with that, then stick with that. But if you hate your job or you don't like what you're doing and you want to do something else, but you're afraid, there's the thing that you have to do is like step outside of your comfort zone. Because a lot of people get stuck being comfortable, because naturally, like as humans, you just want to do the comfortable thing. You want to chill. You want to come home and watch Netflix or play video games. But if you start to do things that you're kind of not comfortable with, like start a kickboxing class, go to the gym, go for runs, that type of stuff will train you into being comfortable doing things that you're not comfortable with. Like with Jane, with the whole school thing and being a teacher at first, like it's hard at first. It's uncomfortable. There's resistance there, but as you do it more, as you get better at it,
it gets easy.
So that's my little advice.
I disagree with one thing that you said, and we disagree sometimes.
What do you disagree with?
So you said if you were comfortable, you could just go on doing what you're doing, but I disagree. I think that in order to mentally grow and expand, you need to constantly challenge yourself and find something new and different. So if you're comfortable coming home every day, sitting on the couch watching Netflix, hanging out with your sweetheart, that's all well and good. But you got to switch it up.
But what if that person likes what he's doing, and they like that job, they make a decent amount of money, and then after work they just like to come home and chill?
No.
But if that person hates their job or is complaining about his job, or is like wants to do something else, then you give them that advice.
I think even if you're great at your job, you're in your job and you love it and you love going to work and you love coming home, I think that when you stop, you die. Eventually, every job will be replaced by a robot. So you need to expand your qualifications. You need to keep learning. You need to make yourself valuable and show your value. I'm a lifelong learner. I never stop learning. Like what? I did 3 university degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did real estate college, and then I did a mortgage.
I love how on YouTube reactions people call you dumb and stuff.
I know.
I'm just like, you have no
and
idea.
it's like,
just because you don't know that much about
idiot.
space and like planets and stuff, like, oh, this girl's dumb. Like, you don't know who you're dealing with right now.
Yeah. I'm like one step away from a doctorate. Like,
this girl's dumb.
Yeah,
Like,
this
it's
girl's an idiot. I kind of, I like it. I find that when people call me dumb, I think, like, how sad must their life be that this is how they get their jollies? So it doesn't bother me when they call me dumb, because I just feel like those people, oh, you hate this word. I feel like they're pathetic.
I never said I hate that word.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh, that's Ryan. Never mind.
What the, confusing me with Ryan.
You guys are pretty much the same. Just kidding.
Very different.
But anyway, I feel like if you're sitting there judging someone and calling them stupid and dumb and they're an idiot, that you have some sadness in your life and some darkness, and you just need a little bit of sunshine. Anyway, I do feel like when you stop, you die. You need to constantly grow. And I know that comes from my dad, because my dad was retired for 25 minutes before he started his next career. And he has retired from 3 different careers. Sorry,
retired.
He's retired.
Like he's getting pension retired.
Like getting pension retired from 3 careers. And he started his 4th, and he is 74 years old.
Yeah.
Like, my dad has taught me, he teaches me that when you stop, you die.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but like, everybody can't be ambitious. Imagine the whole world was ambitious and like everybody was trying to do better, then there wouldn't be.
On this podcast, we encourage ambition.
All right. Yes. Everybody be ambitious and go for it.
But I know what you're saying.
Even
there
if you
has to be pylons.
Even if you work at SpaceX and you're planning a mission to Mars, still strive for better.
Yeah, seriously. Instead of planning the expedition to Mars, plan to colonize Mars. Plan, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you agree with me and you hate it. Yeah.
No. All right, let's move on. Okay, next topic.
It's my turn. You did the first one. You forget just because I spoke a lot. Okay, so I told you last time, I can't remember now, that I read the comment section sometimes before bed. And we've got an influx of new people lately from our new videos that you discussed. Mm-hmm. And there's a recurring theme that's sort of comical.
What?
There's a question as to whether or not we are actually still a couple.
What the heck? What
and
do you
there
mean?
has been a little debate going on.
Yeah?
Yes. So apparently you and I are secretly not together. And we're just together for the show because here's their evidence. Ready for this?
What?
We don't wear our wedding rings.
Oh.
Isn't that the best?
I thought the same thing about Dwayne and Jazz.
That they were no longer together because they didn't wear rings?
I thought they weren't together. They're another reaction channel. I thought they weren't together. I thought they were just friends, and then they would go to each other's houses to do the show.
You thought that they were friends? Oh, like, were they never married?
No, they were always together. They were always boyfriend and girlfriend. I think now, I'm not sure if they got married, but they live together, and they've been a couple the whole time. But I remember thinking, for some reason, that they weren't together. I think it was the comments. I was reading the comments. I'm like, oh, they're not together. They're just friends. And then that's what I thought. So I think it's just a couple people that say that, and then it gets kind of
blown up.
Conspiracy theory and blown up.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about why we don't wear our rings. Now, I believe that you think that I don't wear mine for a reason. But I have my own reason, and I want to know, I want you to tell everyone why you don't wear yours.
I wear mine. I used to wear it sometimes. Like, I just think it's kind of okay. My ring is kind of uncomfortable. That's the reason why I don't wear mine. It's not like a thin.
I would like to interject that he picked his ring.
I know. I picked it. Yeah. I've never worn a ring before. It's my first ring ever. But it's tungsten steel. It was black. It looked really cool, but it's thick, and it hits my other two fingers, and it's really uncomfortable to wear. So sometimes I wear it. You could see on some of the videos, but there's no really big reason. It's not comfortable. I don't think you wear your ring because I think you just forget sometimes.
Okay, so I think that you don't wear your ring, one, because it's uncomfortable, and two, because you lost it.
Oh, yeah. Recently, Charlotte came into our room like a month ago, and my ring has been missing. But I haven't
She probably did what she does at the gym and just took it and threw it over her back.
But I haven't gotten time to just like really do a thorough search. It's in the room somewhere. It's like in the vicinity. It's not gone. But we've been so busy. We're constantly doing stuff, editing and whatever, that I haven't like, all right, I need an hour just to like move everything and find my ring. Like, I'll find it.
Okay. So I don't wear my ring kind of for like, it used to be that I didn't want to wear it unless you wore it. Like, I felt like if I'm claiming you, why aren't you claiming me? You know, so that was kind of like one thing. And then the second thing was...
Jane has this thing of like thinking that I'm trying to hide the relationship, like that we're not. I'm trying to like not show everyone that we're not together. I'm like, we have a baby. Like, we're together. Everyone knows this.
Shut up. Don't make fun of me.
Oh, I don't want anyone to know that we're together. And we do videos every single day. We live together. It's just hilarious to me. But,
okay. So the second thing is that, yes, sometimes I do forget it. But the third, now, my latest thing, is that I feel like I've started to notice that, like, I like to observe, okay? And I think I've noticed that women who have rings treat women that are not wearing rings differently. And it's sort of my social experiment. It's like they just assume that if someone is not wearing a ring, that they're a threat to their relationship. And this is just people that I've been watching, guys. I'm not saying this about everybody. But now I like to not wear it because it's none of anyone's business what's going on in my life. If I'm super happy and in love with my husband and I have somehow the most amazing daughter on earth, and like my cat's coming around, you know, like I'm not going to wear my ring because it's none of their business. I know we share it with you guys all the time, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a power in not wearing it.
Okay. I didn't know there was that like thing amongst women.
Yeah.
Amongst them. I don't think guys care about rings.
Not at all.
No.
But there's also this thing too, where I've had to spend, since we got engaged, I've spent $700 replacing a small diamond twice and putting the ring back together when I accidentally broke it. Because I'm a phys ed teacher and I wear it in the weight room.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's like Kim Kardashian, like not wearing her ring because it's like if she breaks it or loses it or someone steals it, you know.
It's so expensive.
Yeah.
So I lost 2 diamonds in the weight room, and
There's
broke
2
my ring
diamonds
once.
in the weight room right now.
I know. It's like, it's wild. 2 small diamonds. They're really small, but still, like, it matters. So it was like, I think it was 700. It might be more actually. But anyway, it just seems ludicrous to me to wear it and chance losing them again. So yes, it's this whole social experiment thing where I'm just observing, and I love when people I see people check out my hand and then they try to start asking me questions about my life, and I'm just like giving them nothing, so they're just left to wonder.
Did you used to wear that pink like rubber one?
Yeah. So I used to wear that one, and then it just now it gets really sweaty.
Oh.
So I don't like to.
We need to find some kind of like replacement, super comfortable rings.
Yeah.
That aren't.
Well, the rubber one was good, except I got the cheapest one. It was $20.
Let's find some really good replacement, just like everyday rings. And when we go out for dinner or whatever,
then
we
we'll
can
wear the
nice
fancies.
Ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, hold on, guys. We got to take a break. It's our sponsors. So we'll be right back.
And we're back.
All right, it's my turn.
Yeah, it is your turn.
It's my turn. Okay, I got a bunch of topics here. Some of them are okay. Some of them maybe we'll go over. Okay, this might not work because Jane is so out of touch with like pop culture and what's going on. But have you been seeing?
That was a backhanded.
Let's see. Have you been seeing on your Instagram feed or wherever a bunch of celebrities giving out their phone numbers?
No. Why would a celebrity give out their phone number?
Okay, it's a huge thing that's all over Instagram. It seems like every celebrity is giving out their phone number. They're like, hey, I'm doing this like really like P. Diddy, Gary V, everyone, just every celebrity is doing this. And they're like, Tom Segura, whatever. And they're like, hey, I'm doing this for you guys. Like, it's a special thing. I want to be able to connect with you. I'm gonna do something that I haven't done before. I'm gonna give you my phone number. So if you look down, there's my phone number. You can text me directly, and I'll text you right back. I'm really excited about this to connect with you. Like every celebrity has this speech that they do.
The same speech.
The similar speech. How special it is and how they're giving out their number, and it's just like I can contact you. So on H3 podcast, they did kind of they were kind of speculating on this because it's this whole thing with this company that's behind it, right? It's this company that gets these influencers or celebrities to sign up for this thing where they give out this number, and Ashton Kutcher is like one of the owners of the company, so he's the first one to do it. He did that whole speech thing. It's so funny. But so what happens, you get the number and then you text it, and then it brings you to a website, and you have to agree to something, and then you could text that celebrity. So it's automated text first, and then you could text them.
Okay.
So what do you think is going on here? Why do you think all these celebrities are doing this?
Data collection, and they get paid.
So on the H3 podcast, they speculated that they get paid per
text.
Yeah. Or per phone number. Like they think that they're acquiring all these phone numbers, and then they get like $5 a number or something.
Wow.
But it's not proven. No one knows. It's not big, but it's kind of a conspiracy right now. But I have a different theory about this.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
This feels like a nerd alert coming.
It's not really a nerd alert, but
should I get the siren ready?
What?
Should I get the siren ready?
No, it's not a nerd alert. So I've been following this singer called Ryan Leslie for years now. I'm a big fan of his. I first saw his videos on YouTube. He would make these videos of him composing a beat and like showing you the process of making a song. It was kind of staged, but still. But he's amazing. He makes a great music, and then he's a Harvard graduate. He graduated Harvard when he was like 16 years old. He's a genius. And then he started this tech company. And about 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago, he was doing this thing where he was giving out his phone number. So I watched this whole podcast with him being interviewed about that. And he said that instead of it was a way for him to reach his fans. And then he had like this app that he made as well that showed how much money each person contributed to him, whether it was buying an album, buying a ticket to one of his shows, or everything.
How would they get that though? Like, where would that data come from?
It came from the app that he had. It's this whole thing with this app that he has.
But I mean, like, I've purchased CDs and they don't collect my phone number when I get them.
Yeah, I don't know the logistics of it, but this is basically what the app does. It compiled the information from that person of how much money, so he can categorize them in different sections, and then he could personally text the ones that contributed to his
like deep pocket
his business
fans.
the most. Yeah.
So
another thing that he did a private show at this like super fancy hotel, and it was like $1,000 a ticket, and he sent text to specific people, and then like 300 people came, so that was like 30, I don't know, just like it was very specific. So that was like 10 years ago he did this. So finally these celebrities are realizing the power of like texting a person directly, because it's a little bit more personal than DMs or emails. DMs is pretty much the same thing, but I think when you get a text from someone, there's a different feeling that happens, a different like, you know, it's different than just getting a DM. So I think that's what the whole thing is, just another way for them to connect with their fans, and I think they're utilizing that. I don't think there's a conspiracy where they get money or they give out their phone number. Maybe.
I think they get paid, but I also think that perhaps there is some data collection involved. But like with Ashton Kutcher, what, like you would see how many times they went to see your movies? Or if they bought the DVD, like, I don't know how like I think it would only work for musical artists.
Yeah, well, for the app that Ryan Leslie has, but other than that, I think it's just to connect with your fans, I guess. I don't know, but that's a lot of texting.
Like way
thousands and thousands of texts. That's like, I don't know. Yeah, so there's got to be another reason. So maybe they are.
Who knows?
Okay, that was just one topic. Do you have another one?
Yeah, of course.
I got a ton here, and I got some Q&A. So I asked our viewers and listeners to ask us questions, and I have some of those.
Yeah. So I want to talk about regret. But this is a different twist on regret. I want to ask you, and then I want you to ask me, what do you regret not doing in high school?
Okay, well, I've thought about this question before, and you kind of have to preface it with this. Okay, if I had made this change, nothing would change now, because so say you had a chance to do whatever you regret, Charlotte wouldn't be here. We might not be together. This YouTube channel might not happen. Like, you know, our lives could be totally different.
No, it wouldn't change my life at all.
Okay, so yeah, you have to preface it with that. Everything would be exactly the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Like mine is like nothing would change.
Yeah, nothing?
Oh, well, 4 days would change. No. 12 days would change.
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
You go first, and then we'll talk about my 12-day change.
The thing that comes to mind first is my DUI. That was stupid, and I wish I could take that back.
Yeah.
That thing with
that was in high school?
No. Oh, no. Oh, you said high school?
Yeah. I'm like, you weren't even allowed to drink alcohol.
No, that wasn't high school. That was after high school.
Okay, well, that's for another day.
What the heck? In high school that I regret?
What's something you regret not doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
I regret not going for the track team.
Okay. And what made you regret that?
Just knowing my potential. Like, I was really good. I was really fast. I'm really strong. And I just wish I could have known how I would have done. Because I just did my first box jump this weekend.
Yeah.
And I've never box jumped before. And I did what?
So first we started with the 20, and then we went.
First we did the beep test.
Oh yeah, first we did the beep test.
First time ever doing the beep test.
Yeah, and you did 6.7, pretty respectable there, bud.
Yeah, if you don't know, I had no idea what that was. You kind of have to like run back and forth.
Yeah, and there's a noise. And if you miss the line twice, it's supposed to be a 20-meter line, but I like to challenge us, so I did a 25-meter line.
What, really?
Yes. So we probably would have got easily like high 7s, but I would prefer to do 25 and get high 7s.
Holy, that's crazy. That's like when Goku trained in like 10 times Earth's gravity.
Exactly.
And then when you come out, you're like way stronger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like that hot guy from Friday Night Lights, that he was a superhero once, like that sweet guy, Tim Riggins. You know, the like white dude with the brown hair.
Oh, yeah. He's had that movie that
yeah, what was that
John
movie
Carter.
called? What was it?
John Carter.
That's it. Man. If you guys don't know who Tim Riggins is, ladies, look him up.
All right. Look up 7 of 9. Okay.
But wait. Okay, so what'd you say? I didn't hear you, for real. Okay, anyway, yeah, so we did the box jumps, and there's 3 levels of the box jumps. It's like 22, then it goes 22, 20. Yeah.
Okay.
22, 26, and then 30. Something like that, right? Anyway, so JV jumps 22, I jump 22. Then we go to 26. He jumps 26, and then I jump 26. Then we flip it to 30. And he's like, I don't think you could do this.
There's a reason why I said that.
Yeah. Well, okay, tell me.
Because of when you were trying to do pull-ups.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was trying to do pull-ups, but he forgot, like, pull-ups are very different because
of your wrist.
Yeah, I fell in the kitchen in the summer, like in September or something, and I really hurt my wrist. So I tried to jump to do pull-ups, but I can't really, I don't have full function in my left wrist right now. So it's allegedly not broken.
So this pull-up bar was super high, and you have to jump to get to it.
So I went to jump, and I missed.
She wasn't able to reach it, and I was like, what? She can't jump high in my mind.
Yeah, but you forgot about...
She just didn't want to hurt her wrist. So
yeah.
When we were doing the 30-inch box jump, I was like, there's no way. I just saw her like barely jump downstairs.
And then, because like my plan was to try to jump and mostly hold my body on my right hand, but that was a failure. But anyway, so I killed the 30. It was easy peasy. I like nailed it. But then JV, he did it perfectly. So then I decided like, okay, well, let's turn this bad boy. So I put 2 boxes on top of each other, and he ended up clearing, was it 44?
Yeah.
44 inches. So
I can go higher, but
yeah, but we also don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah, and we just did that beep test, so we were like, maxed out. But also, yeah, track and field I regret not doing, and I kind of regret not playing football.
But in Canada, football?
Just like a little bit more competitive. I was really, really good at football.
Like you're talking American football, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever my dad, and then I think about it, and as a kid, my dad would train me constantly, soccer and football, always. And then when I would play with whoever, I would just always be the best on the team. So I was, one of the 2. Actually, and mixed martial arts. That too. It's
kind of funny that your regret is track and field. Because if you had done track and field, we would have been in close contact a lot sooner than we were. It's funny because my regret also revolves around track and field. In these 12 days that I talked about, it's the provincial championships. And in high school, my mentality was just to make it to OFSA. Like, I thought I was the bee's knees if I just could make it to OFSA.
Is that the same thing in the States, OFSA?
Well, it would be the state championships, but for us, it's the provincial championships, and it's called OFSA. But anyway, I just wanted to make it there. And for years, even after high school, I felt like as long as you made it, you had made it in running. So I never really, this is going to sound so weird, I never really tried at OFSA because I was just happy to be there. And then about like 6 years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, there's this runner that I would often see. Like I'm a teacher, I'm a track coach. Like I see athletes. So her name was Gabriella Stafford. Okay. So, I remember watching her and thinking like, man, like she's a great little runner. And then I saw her run it off one year, and she was like, when I say she was running like, and there was just fear all over her face, and it looked like she was going to cry. Now, she was winning, but she was running because she went to OFSA to win. And she desperately wanted to win. And that was like I said, 5, 6 years ago. And I thought I hadn't run for like, I don't know how many years. But then watching her, I realized, oh my God, why didn't I ever have that mentality? Like that if you don't win, you die kind of thing. Like that's what I felt was coming out of her as she was running. And I thought, like, this girl has just changed my whole life. She, like, now I think she knows who I am. Like, she went to University of Toronto and I was coaching at U of T. I was one of the volunteer coaches. And I don't know, we're Instagram friends. But recently, I just watched her run at the World Championship, and she broke the World Championship record along with like obviously like 6 other women. It was just this insane race. But as I was watching her, I thought, I'm getting goosebumps as I say this, I thought like, oh my God, it's that same girl that I watched running at OFSA. And she has this same mentality, but a much more relaxed face and better form. But she still just wants to win. And I thought, like, wow, that is something, like, that's so exciting that, like, that's a mentality. And then I thought, like, I turned it around in life. And I thought, like, that's how Justin is for YouTube. Like, he just wants to win. He can only see his goal and what he wants. And then I was like, I was able to do that with school. Like, any school that I said I wanted to do, I murdered it. Like, I killed it. And it was like, if I felt like someone was gaining on me, I kicked into high gear. And I thought, like, wow. So that is something I regret from high school. Like, I wish that I had, now it's DeBooze Stafford, but I wish I had Gabby DeBooze Stafford's mindset, because it's like, I don't even know what to say, but it's like, what word am I looking for here?
Admirable.
More than that. It's something that all young girls should see and aspire to, not just in like track and field and athletics, but in life. Like, she has her eyes on the prize.
Right.
And now she's on the world stage. You have your eyes on the prize, but only me and Charlotte get to see it, and BMO. But
yeah, like,
what a way for Charlotte to see it. If Charlotte can see that from her dad, I had to see it from a kid.
Yeah.
Well, now she's a lady, like a woman, whatever. But I mean, like, I just find it so amazing that's what did it for me. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is how I need to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
and then I saw it in you, but it took me seeing it in Gabby to see it in you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got 2 points with that. So when I was working my 9 to 5, I always knew that if I just had the chance to just work as hard as I can, and the harder I work, I could see the results Because no matter how hard you work at a 9 to 5, it doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to get paid any extra. In terms of what I was doing a great job working my butt off, but I wasn't getting the exact same pay. But I knew if I had my own thing and I could work as hard as I can and the hours that I want and build that thing up, like, I knew, like, I would kill it. Just like, so also, I also regret in high school not doing the thing that I loved, or not. My parents didn't know, right? So
Yeah.
just having parents that would just kind of guide me into, like, what do you love? Oh, you love film. I see you picking up the camera all the time. And oh, you love science and space and the environment, and, like, just nurture those things. And I think now that we know this, we can do that with Charlotte.
Yeah. And it even, like, they just didn't know, right? Like,
Yeah, they didn't
I was
know.
really passionate about the environment, and instead of my my parents kind of like guiding me towards like environmental stuff, they would just call me the paper police and get upset with me.
Really?
Yeah.
You were passionate about the environment?
Yeah, and they're like, "Why don't you take out the recycling?" You know?
Oh my God. I was so upset at cars that like the fact that they polluted, that I wouldn't get into the car.
That is
Like,
amazing.
we're trying to leave, and my parents, like, I'm just like, no, like, the car pollutes, I'm not getting in. And they were just like, come on, let's go. We gotta get. And they would always, like, that was just ingrained in me from such a young age.
That's so funny. My dad used to eat hard candy and then put the plastic out the window,
What?
and I would yell at him.
Oh my God, I would hate littering.
I'd be so angry.
That's
And then I remember, like, one of my siblings, like, eating an apple or a banana and then throwing it on the ground, and it would be on the cement. And then I would be like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, it's biodegradable. Relax." But it's still littering. That's not a compost.
Yeah, you can't just throw stuff. I get that it's biodegradable, but you can't just throw it on the ground.
No.
I would feel, to this day, like, but it was from in me as a kid. If I littered, or if I would never litter, but if I did, I would feel terrible.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I didn't know that about you.
I even, like, I would feel so bad, like, when I would see people, like, spit their gum out the window, or, like, they're like, "Oh, I got to get rid of something." Like, they just toss it out, or they, like, I remember walking in the mall with two girls once, and I was friends with them. And then, like, one of them ate a chocolate bar and threw the wrapper on the floor, even though there was garbage nearby. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "People are paid to pick this up."
Whoa.
And I thought, oh my God, like, so what does she do outside? Is it like, well, the garbage is for suckers? Like, I don't know. And actually, there's a moment when I realized how much the environment meant to you. And it kind of solidified, this is such a weird moment and such a strange thing to say, but it kind of solidified, like, how much I loved you. So we were in, what's the Greek town place? Danforth? Okay, so we were at the Greek festival, whatever, in the Danforth. And we were walking and holding hands. And then the Toronto garbage truck came by and opened the garbage bin with, like, recycling, compost, and trash. And we stopped. I was like, I've always been curious about this. And you're like, me too. And we stopped and we watched. And we watched them throw all 3 buckets into the garbage, like, just into the trash. And it changed my whole mood. And
broke my heart.
Visibly, I saw it change your mood too. And I was like, oh my God, I want to marry this guy.
Because of that.
Yeah, because of, like, how it ruined
so devastating
your day.
How many years have you felt good about recycling?
Yeah, or
putting
going
your
out of your
or,
way to recycle.
Yeah, oh, I got
then
paper, I got to put it in this.
These people throw it all
and that's the city.
In the dump.
The city
like
of Toronto. Like, they're throwing
really
all of
me.
it. And then, I don't know if this was after or before that, but I worked in the Metro Toronto Convention Center, right? This big convention center downtown Toronto, one of the biggest ones. And even there's like separation, cans, paper, waste. They take all of it and throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Like, Oh, and then we just went to a Wendy's.
Yes,
like,
I was
in the
thinking
summer.
about Wendy's, and I was like, "Excuse me," because they have at Wendy's, they have it listed like garbage. They have all the things that go in the garbage, like recycling, all the things that go in recycling, like paper, all the things that go in the paper one. And then it's like, I was like, the lid is not listed anywhere, but it has a number 5 recycling symbol. So does it go into this one? Because it feels sort of like, and then he's like, it doesn't matter. It all goes in the trash. And we had been having such a lively conversation before that. And then we just walked home in silence.
It just brought me back. I was like, I kind of forgot because that convention center thing, I think it happened after the Taste of Danforth thing.
Yeah.
So it's been so long that now I just, put stuff separate and you feel good. And then now just like, oh yeah, that's all a sham.
None of it's Taste real. Of the Danforth, when we went, it happened in 2013.
Okay.
That's how long ago that was.
Yeah. All right. I got a quick Q&A question. There's a ton of them, but I don't know how many we're going to get through. So this is from Daniel Zhang. I would be interested in hearing your guys' anime opinions. Talk about your all-time favorite anime, favorite characters, protagonists, antagonists. Okay. That was the most liked question.
Go ahead. What's your favorite? Who's your favorite anime protagonist?
Oh my God, that's such a hard question because I can go back to like Dragon Ball with Goku. Like he was my first like big anime hero and kind of thing. Like just his work ethic and his he always wanted to do better and fighting to get stronger and training. Just that whole thing. I just admired that. But there's been so many recently since we started doing the show. Like Midoriya is amazing. I love Midoriya. Who else from Full Metal Alchemist? What's his name?
Edward.
What else? I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard. Favorite antagonist would probably be Light.
Get out of my head! Stop it!
That's easy. He's such a Death Note. One of the best animes.
My
ever.
favorite protagonist is Deku, like Midoriya. And my favorite antagonist is Light. Because even though I hate him, I love him. And I think that his mind is so beautiful in the most like clinically crazy way. It was like he was playing chess. And I think that if Code Geass had been slightly different, I think he could have been something, the main character. Lelouch, yeah. But I just found that why he was doing it was too selfish for me to fully understand.
Lelouch's character?
Lelouch.
I think Lelouch, that whole Code Geass got way too complicated in the end.
Yes.
It was so political and there was so much going on with the different factions and the different nightmares. And it was just like, wow,
Part of me believes that the reason that there are some, not all wars, but the reason that there are some wars and fights is over people in power being selfish.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yes, but that's what I felt like Code Geass represented.
Right.
It was this selfish need to do something. Because
of this one guy and his relationship with his sister and his parents, he's like causing the deaths of millions of people. Yes. But that's just the way it is. He's in power. And
I felt like Light, although nuts, had a reason. And he went too far.
Yeah, because he was going to start killing like
lazy people and stuff. But he was killing murderers that were going to get off, or like murderers that were going to be killed in a gentle way. He was just giving them, like, sending them heart attacks and stuff.
But then it got like quickly.
Quickly
by
escalated.
like the third
and
episode,
went
it was just like, if you're in jail, you're dead, even if it was like for a petty crime.
Then he started killing just randos.
Yeah, so he was like, he's the biggest antagonist. I think Goku and Deku are my favorite heroes. I'm missing a bunch right now, but I'm kind of blanking.
Mine is Deku, definitely, like
Naruto's
Midoriya
pretty
from
awesome.
My Hero Academia, and I think
All Might.
You see, All Might is not one of my favorites, because I feel like we're seeing him post-hero phase. I think that if we had seen his hero journey, he could have been, but now he's done.
Right, yeah, he was kind of, when we saw him, he was the Superman. He was the untouchable, super powerful guy, but you didn't get to see the struggle of him becoming All Might. So yeah, I think you're right about that. Okay, we gotta get through. Let's do one more.
All right. Did we finish that one? We answered it.
I think so. We can come back
and
to it.
And your favorite anime, you like Demon Slayer right now, right?
Right now, if I were to choose my favorite anime that I want to watch the most, it's either Attack on Titan, My Hero, or Demon Slayer. Those three are absolutely amazing.
That one with the cat has really grown on me.
Oh, Fruits Basket?
Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
It's really grown on me, but upon further reflection, My Hero Academia is still my favorite.
You just said the other day you didn't
I know. The other day I said I wasn't sure if it was Fruits Basket or My Hero, but it's My Hero.
Okay, we got a question from Bestial Moon, but we got to save that for next time. It's a complicated question. If you can only eat one food for the rest of time, what would that be? Let's not answer that now because we're over the time.
Mine is so obvious and easy. Even you could answer it. Pizza. Everyone that has ever been to our live show could answer it. Pizza.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that one.
Even the live show has sent us money so that I could have pizza while we were on the live show.
Pizza. Mine would be
crab legs.
No, I couldn't eat crab legs my whole life.
No, you wouldn't turn them into different dishes, delicious dishes, like a crab leg pasta, crab legs fried, crab legs boiled.
That's not how it goes. You got one thing you got to eat.
I could turn my pizza into panzerotti. I could turn my pizza into taquito. I could.
How? You just cut. You can only cut it up. You can't do anything else.
You can roll it and deep fry it. Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
I could have like 700 meals out of my pizza. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's a good one because you can transform it so much. Mine would probably be like some kind of Cantonese chow mein or something.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them.
All right.
Okay, I think we'll end there. Oh yeah, what was the reason for the couples therapy title that you guys did a while back? Are you guys doing okay?
People are always concerned about us.
Dode is watch boo boo, something like that. Yeah, weird names.
Okay.
What was the reason?
Well, we kind of talked about this before.
Do you want me to answer?
You go ahead.
Okay, it was for the YouTube algorithm because there's certain words that if you type those words, they're worth more. So if you put like finance, money, like therapy, couple, like those words, you can search those words and see how much they're worth. And when people click on them, the ads that show, like it was all for AdSense. That's basically it. It was the reason why it was for AdSense. And because if, say our title is the new Star Wars, what's it called?
Reaction.
Okay, the new Star Wars movie reaction. What is it? Skywalker?
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker reaction. Okay, and then Tyrone Magnus puts Star Wars Rise of Skywalker reaction. So there's two titles that are exactly the same. So that's not good to have two titles the same. So our end had to be a little different from everyone else's. That's why you'll see some people that put react, some people put blind reaction, some people put reacts with an S.
And we put couples therapy.
Couples therapy reaction. Yeah.
Because it kind of is a therapy to spend this time together and to talk and to voice our opinions. Because sometimes we talk about things that we didn't know.
Yeah. Like just now, I didn't know that Jane was a Captain Planet nerd as a kid.
Oh my God.
So was I. Hey, we both love the environment, and now
Me
that's
too.
why we're so passionate about it. Okay, but that's where we gotta end it for this week, guys.
But guys, please keep the questions coming. Put them in the comment section on YouTube, or send them to us on Instagram. You can DM us. We're at CJaneGo YouTube, and we have our personal ones too. It's at Jane_Vickers_realtor, and JV is something complicated.
Just incredible.
But there's like two underscores at the end.
Yeah, you don't have to. But
just _incredible__.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the
He's
podcast,
so modest.
if you're a fan, all right. If you're a fan of the podcast and you want to help the podcast grow, check out.
Share it.
Share it. Yes, share it. Absolutely share it. Go to Spotify. Listen to it there. Go to Apple Music. Give it a 5-star review. Only 5-star reviews, please. Nothing else. Write something nice. Go to Anchor and listen to us there. They help power this podcast, so shout outs to them. Also, what you can do to support the show is check out our Patreon. That would be very helpful.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for supporting so far on Patreon. You guys are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's about it. Just leave a like, comment, share it.
If you know any place where we can get rings that are comfortable, that are inexpensive, please also let us know that.
And if you're looking to sell your house, contact Jane, because she is an amazing realtor. No matter where you live in the world. I know some people are listening from like Mexico and Spain, and I swear.
Why did you pick all the Latin?
I saw in the analytics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, hola, ¿cómo estás?
So just message Jane either on her email, right?
Muy despacito.
Do you want to give them your email?
Yeah, you can email me. Well, if you hit me up on Instagram, it's probably faster because you can get a direct message. But it's at Jane_Vickers, VICKERS_realtor, REALTOR.
All right,
and
guys.
I put up some wicked houses usually on my stories, and some funny stuff with Charlotte.
All right, guys, that's it for this week. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're out of here. Peace. If you like that video and you want to see more, go ahead and click that square button.
And if you want to subscribe, click that circle button.
Thanks for being part of Team Go.